cares what day this is set for? We're going to have some fun today. It's Hump Day. Yes, it is. And even though I don't have any coffee at the moment, we're still going to just go on with never mind the furthermore, and I'll get my stuttering out of the way. Anyone who's still here, stay tuned for another minute, and we'll get this party going. How's that sound?
Seconds.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
How dare you!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore, your morning dose of creative conversation and coffee with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, Facebook famous YouTuber, and former mortician's assistant. Get ready to start your day off right.
Good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Welcome to the incorrectly labeled Never Mind the Furthermore for Wednesday, Hump Day, March 9th, 2022. And I'm still celebrating my birthday. Deal with it. Anyway, we put in the wrong day last night, but that's fine. The cool kids know to be here. And if you're watching us on the rerun, you can be cool too. Leave me a comment wherever you see this video, and we will try to reply to you. But anyway, we got to start off with the attitude of gratitude, and that, of course, goes to Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. You love that book you've just written, right? And doesn't it deserve a great cover? Well, that's what Jeffrey Hayes can provide. When you go to plasmafiregraphics.com, check out his indie creator-friendly prices. Also, go to Facebook, check out some other samples of his published work. You're going to be amazed. He's really easy to deal with. You are going to have a blast, and you're going to have a good-looking book, as well as you can possibly get some book trailers and some graphics to help you sell it on social media. So contact Jeffrey Hayes at plasmafiregraphics.com. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And we are part of the Rising Tide Broadcasting Network. Rising Tide raises all ships. Check out our Facebook page and please sign up for it, please. And don't forget, later this afternoon is Dr. John, the original gangsta. He's going to be sharing his wisdom with you about art and creativity, comics, and animation. You're definitely going to want to see that. And also check out last night, or yesterday rather, Excelsior Journeys with George Saray. New one dropped yesterday, and it's a great show. You will love it. And there's one from a few weeks ago where I'm on it, if you are so inclined. And don't forget, tomorrow night is the Comic Book Spectrum show at 7 p.m. with these three lovely people, myself, and Jody McPhee. We've got to get Joe on there. I got to nag Eric about that. Eric's used to me nagging him. But anyway, please check that out. And it's a fun show. Even if you don't like comics, you're going to love the fun that we have. So please check us out and show up tomorrow at 7 p.m. at the Rising Tide Broadcast Network page. And also want to say, finally got them in. For those of you who do know or don't, there is was to be a 3-book series outline with critical analysis of in a loving way of the 1966 Batman season. And the first episode, Zlog Zok Zowie, detailing the first season and the film with Adam West and Burt Ward, has been out for a while. And the second volume has been out for a while, Biff Bam Eyow. edited by Jim Beard and Rich Hanley. Anyway, I've got an article in here about Vincent Price's Egghead that I think you'll enjoy. And also this one has just come out, Oof, Boff, and Splat. Ask for them by name. They're all available on Amazon right now. And I have an article in here as well about Louis the Lilac, played by the great Milton Berle. And we think you'll like it. So check it out. It's like I said, it's a loving analysis of the old TV series, which I still adore to this day, and hopefully you do too. So anyway, let's launch into your comments. I know you got them. Anyway, let's scroll up. We got a lot to answer for here, and starting off is Nicholas Tockert, our early morning warm-up guy. And good morning, Nevermorians. Happy hump day while I drag myself and the garbages down. Let's start the pre-show, definitely. Today's pre-show question is brought to you by The Simple Spear, the next fighting manual by Nicholas Tockert, coming soon to Amazon, and will be it's available in progress for his Patreon patrons. So please check out Patreon, which I'm glad you said that because you reminded me I've got Patreon subscribers too. And I'm not trying to horn in on Nick's comment here, but please check out our Patreon page. We offer you all kinds of goodies in exchange for your patronage. But if you want to see what that is, and if you want to see your name on this card, go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And also check out Nick Tockert while you're at it, because he's got some cool stuff going on as well that you will enjoy. So anyway, and a lot of this stuff is exclusive to Patreon. For instance, I have a twice weekly blog called Every Blog Deserves a Name that is exclusive, and nobody outside of my Patreon people are going to see it. So, and anyway, check out at patreon.com/The Historical Fencing Guild. Also check out the Historical Fencing Guild Friday nights at 8 p.m. on YouTube, because Nick is wonderful. And now today's question: how are you future-proofing your business? Are you cross-marketing, multiple social media, buying ad space on Never Mind the Furthermore for competitive prices? We are inexpensive. And Jeffrey Hayes has been an advertiser for about a year and a half, and he's told me he's gotten some work because of it. So if you want to contact me for our rate card, Nick Tockert continues, please contact Brian K. Morris to have your show or book plugged here today. And Carl Wisman, good morning to you. Nick, you've already done one thing that is future-proof, I think. You wrote a nonfiction book. I still sell copies to Shape Up Your Memory, a book that I put out in 1985, people. Check out Carl Witzman on lulu.com. He's got some good stuff. And Nick Tockert says, to answer my own question, I have partnered up with Joe Bachman, who has provided web hosting and app design opportunities for me. I'm across several social media platforms. That is good work there, young man. Good work. And Donna Carleen saying hello to the guys. Hello to you, Donna. Mwah. And Carl Wisman says, even if I sold 3 copies a year, that's a 37-year coverage, and I kept writing since then. Then I wrote articles in magazines and newspapers that referred back to that book, taught classes where I sold the book, and hey, Donna. And Nick Tucker says, and Nick has parallel productions in complementary fields, gaming, swordsmanship, comic interests, all scalable. Yeah, all that is good. Carl agrees. And good points, Carl. Optimally, you want to create a gestalt where titles advertise and feed back to each other. And yep. And that's why I always include my bio, which usually includes my latest work. So, and Carl Wisman continues, even for fiction writers, I suggest at least one nonfiction book. They are evergreen, even if they need an update every 5 years. Well, I've got how Amazon book reviews made less impossible, available on Amazon of all places. So I'm in good shape there. Write about a hobby or interest. Keep the book very short and sell cheaply on your table with all your other titles listed in the book, of course. And Nick Tockert says, I plan after this nonfiction book and another project to dive deep into my own role-playing game projects, run games, and the final primary expansion of Big Stumpy Robots as a tabletop board game, smaller expansions later. I like that. Carl Wisman says, I need to print a large label for Donna's books listing all her other titles to stick inside her early books. When those were printed, she didn't have so many works. That's true of a lot of us. That's good advice, Carl. And Nick Tockert agrees with me, and I didn't even see what he wrote. Excuse me. The Simple Sword series has several more volumes, new editions, and an omnibus planned long-term. Passive sales through Amazon, active sales through cons, donations to libraries. good planning there. And Carl Westman says, or even a card to shove inside the books when we sell them. Large print is great. That's true. Most of my early works are done in 12-point original print, and it's just a couple of points below what is officially for tired eyes like mine. I think it's like 16. I'm not sure, but anyway, it's large. I've gotten compliments on the fact that they're easy to read. And my booth/table is usually a minor wonderland of awesome. That's the way it should be. And well, this should get VK and plenty to read once he gets here. I need to go do something, then I'll be back. Well, I got coffee started. Do you want to go downstairs and get it for me, Carl? That would be helpful. And thanks, Carl, both for the support and the mercy to Brian. He isn't used to it. Yeah, what's this mercy you speak of? Well, that's right. It's a character in the Superman magazines, Mercy Graves. Brian, please plug your Patreon, newsletter, and PayPal. I am not going to reduce myself to plugging risingtide.pub, where you can sign up for my free monthly newsletter. Next issue will go out April 1st. That's no laughing matter. And also it has links to all of my almost all of my current works. There's some I can't list because algorithmic reasons, but anyway, please check it out, risingtide.pub. And that website was put together by the charming and beautiful Damian Waldbrun. So let's give him a plug here. And Carl Westman says, Kitten says, maybe if I knock over stuff downstairs, I can then bake treats from Dad when he comes to investigate. And it worked. I'm going to try it with Cookie when she gets home. And while Carl X is fiendish, why does he have that gas mask? Let's plug our own Cindy Cap at CKOEPP.com. She's awesome. And the matching kitten-sized gas mask is as adorable as it is disturbing, Carl. That's a good idea for a trilogy. The Mad Gasser Kitten of Calhoun County. Now, see? The ideas just keep rolling in, Carl. You got the franchise going here. And the good news is that the Return of the Mad Gasser Cheerleader should be finished soon. Excellent. Pick that up on lulu.com. It's a really, really quick read, really, really thrilling book. It's good. And Nick Tucker says, folks, remember to take all of your pets/villainous mascots as you ascend to glory through your vile machinations. And forget to spay or neuter your henchmen. Feral henchmen only serve as XP fodder. That's true. If you can use the points, get the henchmen. And for would-be heroes to grow to thwart your evil schemes. And dang it, Carl, not in here. And anyway, if you didn't catch Ted Davies' show yesterday, please go back on YouTube and see his booth at his first con in 2 years. And keep listening to his rant on litter bugs. I was there for a while. I had to leave, unfortunately, though. He skipped right over my saying hello, darn him. But anyway, yeah, check it out. Ted Davies usually has a good show, and I'm sure yesterday is no exception. I got to check it out later today. And Teresa Dunn says, good morning. Mwah! I wish Brian and all creative never mornings a good day. Same to you. And please send your positive thoughts to Albert. He had some surgery about a week ago now, right? Or a couple weeks ago. But anyway, he had a little bit of a complication yesterday. He's back at home, doing well, resting, but send him your love, your positive thoughts, and your prayers, okay? And there is that YouTube channel for Ted Davies, part of the Rising Tide Network. And hey, how's Albert doing today? Update on Albert. He is home resting after having a slight heart attack yesterday. Yeah, nothing serious, right? Please keep him in your thoughts. And I was worried about both of you last night. And I'm okay, and Albert is taking it easy. That is cool. I agree with Carl. That is good. Keep us posted, Teresa, okay? And Teresa says hello, and Donna says hello, and it was quite scary because he was feeling fine. Well, those things can come up, and you pretty suddenly, my mother, talk about, she had her leg amputated because of diabetes back in the late 80s. And, it's scary when you have to wait on somebody, in the waiting room and everything. I mean, I was a total mess. And Teresa faced her day yesterday very bravely. I tried to keep in touch with her yesterday when I could. And she and Albert both came through it. But anyway, my mom had a little bit of a heart incident on the table. And then the doctor told her she needed a double bypass. And she was understandably concerned. And I said, Mom, you're worried about being on the table and having a heart attack, right? And she goes, yeah, I said, Mom, you're going to be surrounded by about four to six cardiologists, okay? And their job is to get you through the surgery. If I'm going to have a heart attack, that's just where I want it, So she's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So she was good with that. And there he is. His ears were burning. Ted Davies Artistry. Good morning to you, Ted. Hope you did well. And hey, Ted, scroll up my promo of your show and prayers sent, Teresa. Thank you, Ted. Much appreciated. And that's good to hear, Teresa, says Donna. And everyone's saying hello and morning from the desk of the Small Press Publisher. Good to see you, Joe D. McPhee. Saturday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central on the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Jody. And I think you have the stream set up for tomorrow by accident. Yes, I do. Don't set this. That's the thing. In setting up in StreamYard, sometimes it moves the clock forward a little. And I thought I did it in sufficient time, but it was apparently it had already moved into the next day to set up your shows and all. And I didn't catch that. So everything this morning was set up for tomorrow morning. I'm not broadcasting tomorrow morning. Not if I can help it. So because we got stuff to write. I got about 900 words in a short story I'm doing, which is about almost a quarter of the way done. So I'm really happy about that. And BCAM should be here sometime in the next 24 hours. You hope, right? And hello from Donna, and hey from Joe D, who's going to be on Comic Book Spectrum tomorrow night. Please tune in. And hi, Teresa. You are all in our prayers. And hi, and good morning, Joe D. And Ted, thanks for the great corporate Ted stories on yesterday. There we go. Corporate Ted was in the house. And Michaela Jade, mwah. I wonder if anyone else noticed the date was wrong. Well, everyone with Brian, I guess. Brian's an idiot. And he's taking lessons from you, Michaela. Oh, has she done this too? I hadn't noticed. Who pays attention to that stuff other than you guys? You guys just, they're just, I just know everybody's waiting for Brian to screw up, which I give them plenty to wait for. And I don't think it matters as long as he broadcasts today. Thank you, Joe. That is exactly right. I am here, and our numbers are the same. So, half the time I'm not sure anybody really sees those things in a timely manner, and everyone's saying hello. And where we're going, we don't need time zones or rails or any of those things of civilization. See, all is good. He is here. See, I am here. And I've been doing this now for 17 minutes without coffee. I don't know how I do it. And hi, Donna from Michaela. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and touch the little bell to get notices. That's right. Make it stutter. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yes. Right now, we would love to get your support on here. We're looking at another expansion. I keep saying, and I mean it, that what I plan to do is once the YouTube channel is monetized, I'd like to have it trickle down to help the other people inside the Rising Tide Network. And so, I can't do that till I get monetized, which means I need 1,000 subscribers. And I'm not talking about buying them. And nor am I talking about the Russian bots trying to get in on the action here, because they got things going on in Eastern Europe. They don't need to worry about me. So, but anyway, yes, please like, subscribe, and share this with other people so that they can see the joy that you experience 3 times a week. And if we are the cool kids, I worry for all the other kids. Yeah, I know. Ditto. And me too, Carl, but at least we have cookies. I have cookies. I have cookies, not cookies what, you're probably asking, but no, cookies! And good morning, Nevermore. It's good morning to you, Rick Bradley. Hope you're doing well. And Skunk Rocker, mwah, good to see you. And hashtag bring Skunker home. Honestly, so mad at my job this week, I have serious wants of quitting. Oh, dude, I can't tell you how many times I have been there. If you want to vent, my man, do this, all right? And poor Skunk, I agree, Carl. Nobody should hate their job. And nobody should be a slave to it either. I mean, I got kicked out of my job 10 years ago. A few, let's see, when, yeah, it was about a month and 10 years ago. I got released from the water company. Best day of my life next to getting married, I'm telling you. So anyway, Michaela J says, dang, Skunk, you just can't catch a break with that job. And there she is, the lovely and charming Angie Dudas. Mwah, glad to see you, Angie. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is well. Hope you are doing well, too. You and your fella. And I just, been seeing the things for Beowulf 2 by Grant Lanker. That's cool. And Angie! And hello, Skunk and Angie from Donna. And Angie, Brian, I love your newsletter so much. Oh, Angie, thank you sincerely for that. I have a good time with that. That's a fun letter for me to write, and it makes me happy you enjoy it too. Thank you, Angie. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. Hi, Angie, says Michaela Jade and Willie both. Hello, mwah. Batman the animated series is the best Batman show in my opinion. I'd have to agree with you, buddy. I mean, seriously, there is so much to love about that series. And have you not seen the Batman yet? But looking forward. Have not seen the Batman yet, but looking forward to it very much. How's everyone doing? Brian, you awesome soul. How are you? Well, you, my dude, my man, my fellow writer. Check out his work on Amazon. He's really terrific. He's got a good vampire series going. Anyway, no, I love the animated series. I remember I saw the previews early internet days of just the opening credits, the test reel for that, and and I know it was thematically based on the old Superman cartoons of the 40s by Max Fleischer, which are even to this day are breathtakingly beautiful. A little bit racist in places, but it's the times. But anyway, no, I agree. The animated series it's a lot like Doctor Who for me. It had drama, had humor, had great acting on it, some terrific scripts, and if anyone can do a show better than Almost Got Him, uh, that's quite the task there. But yeah, I'd agree, and it's one of the few times. Something what I'm looking forward to seeing in the Batman is that the Batman is supposed to be the world's greatest detective, and none of the movies have shown him doing this. I think the only times that they've shown him being a real detective have been like the 1966 Batman series with Adam West and Burt Ward, or the animated Batman shows. So anyway, Rick Bradley asks, did you know that the Game Boy was the first console played in space? The game played Tetris. Find out more bites of information from R&D Gaming coming soon to the Rising Tide Network. Looking forward to that. Hope your day went better, my man. And so go grab books that I've written or contributed to on his Amazon author page at that address there. You'll be able to get The Collective Night and The Nightmare Collective. I have a story in there. Marvin's Night Out, the award-winning Pulp Reality #1. I have a story in there too. And Tales of Weird and Strange. I'm weird and strange, but I'm not in that book. Check out the work of Rick Bradley. He is good. Angie Judith says, William, if you like Batman the Animated Series, you will like the movie. I love the show, and I love the movie. Warning, it's 3 hours long because it's a really good detective story. I highly recommend it. Pardon me. That probably means I can't go see it in the theater, Angie. I got the bladder of like a 6-month-old infant. It's like I drank an inordinate amount of stuff on the road yesterday, and I was like stopping every 20 minutes. It's like, oh my god, this is never going to end. But no, that I've heard nothing but really good things for the most part about the new the new Robert Pattinson movie, and I'm really excited to see it. I like the fact that DC is taking some non-traditional views of their heroes, and I think I'd like to see more of it. Like with Joker, I saw it, I enjoyed it. It was just a really cool, different take on the classic villain, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited to see the Batman. I'm really looking forward to that. Just as I'm looking forward to seeing Molly Daniels. Mwah! Molly, hope you're feeling better today. Hope you're doing well. And Michaela J says, find me Saturday and Sunday at Northwoods Mall for QuadCon. Special quest. Keisha Acuff will be there. Are we going to scale Mount Keisha? Oh, I'm in. Anyway, I'll be there with my rope. But anyway, we'll be there with her newest work, Him, available now on Amazon. Please check that out. And from Nestle Small Press publisher Nicholas Tockard, excellent plug for Cindy Kemp. We always show her love by reminding people to check out CKOEPP.com. Seriously, it's a beautiful, the page has been redesigned, and it's a beautiful piece of work by, again, Damian Waldron. Contact him for rates. And also her newsletter is, I sincerely enjoy reading it. Plus she has a Patreon account under CKOEPPB. CKOEPP.com. Oh, God, I need some coffee. Anyway, William Bova sending positive and healing energies to him. Thank you, William. I appreciate you, brother. And awesome news, Teresa. Yeah, Albert's home, and and it didn't sound like the heart attack was a serious one. Concerning because it's a heart attack. But he's resting comfortably at home and is in good mood this morning. And thank you for sharing this, Ryan Permisson. Always appreciated. And good morning, Never Mornings. How are you? Happy new comic book day. That's right. Today's the day. We got to go to our local comic monger and see what we got. And I know I'm supposed to get Superman Son of Kal-El with the Nightwing crossover. I'm really enjoying that book. That is good. And hey, yo, Pops Van Zant is in the house with Comics Talk. Good to see you, Pops. Always a pleasure to see you, my man. And check out his channel on YouTube, and let's get some subscriptions for him. And catch up on past episodes of And I Quote via audio with Spreaker. And you don't waste time exercising your eyes. It all goes in your ears, into your brain holes. And for Nessa Small Press Publisher, thanks to Brian and John Celestri on beta reading what I produced for the 6-page story. I will complete the full story soon, 6 pages at a time. You know, it's the same way you eat an elephant, you know, one bite at a time. I hope I helped. I really do. And Comics Talk with Pops Van Sant says, sign up for Crom Con number 23 last weekend of March. Check it out. It's a good event. And there are only 8 spots left. Let's see if we can't film before the end of the show here. And join us live tonight for the Side Show, where we'll be discussing comics and more at that YouTube address there with Ryan Permisson. And we may both thank you, Angie. I'm sure I'll love it too. And it sounds so awesome. Isn't the show just fantastic? The trailer for the Batman makes him look terrifying. I love it. Yeah. And I saw an article this morning in Comic Book Resources that there are some Easter eggs in there that harken back to a number of classic Batman stories, such as Hush, and some things like in the old Batman 66 series. So anyway, please check that out. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I don't know when I'm going to see that. It'll probably wind up being when it comes out on Blu-ray. But yeah, because right now we're shopping for a van. My car is in its last death throes. And we do poorly at being a one-car family. So I'm looking for a good van, as low mileage as possible. It has to be 2002 or newer. And we're hopefully getting like a cargo van with any luck, because we're planning on pimping it out and putting like a bed back there, have room for our show stock and everything. We had a chance to buy, or the opportunity, I should say, not the chance, but the opportunity to pick up a old school bus, a short bus too, which I think would be apropos for me, as well as an ambulance. Cookie would not let me have an ambulance because I'm sure I will do something very illegal in there, which is a viable threat. It is not unexpected that I might, but no. We also had the school bus, which had some issues. We could tell already just looking at it. More than likely had some issues, but now we're looking for a van. And if we don't find one in a couple weeks, we're going to try to find like a as large an SUV as we can. We've already got pre-approval for a certain amount from the bank. We're ready to rock, and we are truly ready to roll. So, especially in a van. So, hopefully, by the time we go to SI Comic Con, April 2nd in Benton, Illinois, at the Civic Center in Benton, that's going to be a good show. Please come see us there. It's going to be fun. In fact, next month I will be at Big River Comic Con on the 8th and 9th, and the Saluki Con on the 16th. I've got 3 solid weeks of appointments. And Saluki Con is going to be a lot of fun because you're going to see a lot of your Nevermorians there. So check it out. And Ryan Permisson says, join us Saturday at noon Eastern for And I Quote with cartoon animator collector Joe Merriam. That looks like fun. And in case you missed out, check out the latest episode with comic book writer Lucas Keem of Free Fall Comics. And Molly Dale says, I'm coughing for you. Oh, darling, how I've longed to hear those words. Yeah, maybe we'll cough together sometime. Carl Whitson, time for some ads so Brian can get some coffee. Don't think I didn't plan that already. And thank you, Michaela, for having and Skunk Rocker for having a 2-minute long spot here, which we're going to indulge soon. And check out the latest interview with Clayton Merwin, who, speaking of Batman, he just applied for Warner Brothers Productions, trying to get a gig there, which I'm excited for him. I think that's really cool that he did that. So check it. We'll follow him and check out Clayton Merwin. He is up for a couple of Pulp Factory awards that I need to get some word out about. And check out our interview with writer Megan Morrison on the Nerd Culture channel there. And Brian Rodman back from a non-breathing Thursday night. Good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermore. Brother. Let us gird our loins, laugh maniacally. And tickle the fancies of the days of humps with our fearless fez-wearing leader. Follow me. We will have this hump day pointing at a teddy bear soon. Good to see you, Brian. Hope you're feeling better than you were last week. Mwah, brother. So good to see you. And if you want me as a guest on your show, let me know, says Ryan Permison via direct messenger. Happy to pay it forward. And hey, lovelies, happy hump day. Happy hump day to you, Mike, Jimmy, Lurch, and DeBrune. Mwah! So glad to see you here. Hope you're doing well. Life on Cora. We're rocking with it, right? And Rick Bradley says, I'm there with you, Skunk. It takes a lot for me to not walk out of the office with one finger salute flying. I've had a couple of jobs where I've almost walked out. One was my PBS job. One I did walk out on was I worked for Spencer's Gifts for 3 months. That was the worst job I've ever had. And I came close couple times with the water company, but I'm glad I waited till they got rid of me. But anyway, join us live Saturday at 10 Eastern. I will be in the hot seat with Joe D. McPhee. It will be fun. 10 p.m. Eastern this coming Saturday from the desk of a small press publisher. Please check it out. It's going to be a good time. And Scott Cracker says, just corporate micromanaging, Brian. I got a scumbag who makes 6 times what I make while sitting in his beach house in South Carolina trying to tell me how to do my job instead of staring at Excel. I'm sure you dealt with a lot of that at the water company. I am in total lockstep with you on this one, Skunk. This is not going to surprise anybody, but once I got to the water company, I started looking at how they ran things. I'm like, how did this company last this long? And I even had this back when I worked for Office Depot, that a lot of decisions were being made for them, Florida, and for the water company in New Jersey, probably right down the street from Spencer Gifts, probably. But anyway, they were, you had these guys who probably had never worked a day of retail in their lives, never did customer service except maybe in-house. And they were making decisions based on intuition that they had no basis for in reality. So it's like, yeah, tell me how to do my job, but make sure we talk the same language. In fact, the district manager for our area, East Central Illinois, going up, it went from St. Louis all the way up through Illinois and then into Chicago. And I got in trouble all the time with the district manager. One day he came down, where I was living was 2 hours south of the southern suburbs of Chicago. And it's a different environment, okay? And his home office was in Chicago in basically an high-end industrial park. Well, he comes in and goes, well, are you doing this and this and this? And I said, well, I have tried it, but it doesn't seem to get traction here. We've got a different kind of, we've got a more, it's kind of weird. We've got like very collegiate, very academic-based people with the University of Illinois. And then we've got a lot of people who are working class, like farmers and factory workers, who basically those things just don't seem to appeal to them. But but I pointed out that my first year in charge of the place, we increased sales something like 173% in 1 year. And then the following year, the year I was let go, I was on track to increase it another 25%, which is unheard of. Well, here's this guy from Chicago telling, us down in the cornfields how to run the business. And he said, well, are you keeping track of what Chicago does? I said, no. I only keep track of what we're doing here, and I touch base with people in our district who serve a similar function as me because we're similar demographics that come to our store. And he's like, well, why aren't you paying attention to Chicago? I said, because I don't care about Chicago. Oh, he went and talked to my manager. And of course, the manager's coming up. John says, "You don't care," which Chicago does. I said, "No, I don't care." And I also believe that you shouldn't be, beholding to your job. That you should be in charge of your job, not the other way around. So yeah, so Skunk, I feel you, man. Uh, the thing I also found is that these edicts that come from these guys, who probably don't have a single callus on their hands like you, unlike you and me, that they sit there and make their edicts, with no knowledge of what it's like on the ground floor. But those things also don't last. That eventually people just go back to the way they were doing things once the big shots aren't looking. So Skunk, just stay strong, brother. That's all I can say. We're pulling for you, okay? Ryan Permisson continues. Check out Morgan Quaid's Kickstarter today. Shadow's Daughter fantasy thriller Managa comic number 6 issues. Check that out because Ryan said so. And have a safe and productive day, everyone. You too, Ryan. Thank you for being here, brother. I hope you have a great day. And thank you, Brian, for what you said about my writing. I did. I dug your book. I seriously dug your book. I gotta get more next time I see you. And Scott Crocker continues, and I literally just cannot stand that crap. It is a pet peeve of mine. I hear you. I feel your pain. And that's one of the things I love about working for myself. And when I work with other people, it's because I choose to work with them, not because I have to. And it isn't that I'm independently wealthy, far from it. But the fact is that my business grows, and I work with some of the finest people on this planet. I really do. I am so blessed. Ted Davies Artistry says, see you tomorrow on the Comics Unlimited podcast. Ted and Glenn compare Comic-Cons, USA versus UK, and the gloves will be on. They'll be pounding each other. It'll be great. And wanting more Haunting Tales of Bachelor's Grove. Actually, I'm working on some horror. I'm working on a horror story right now. So, we are planning a follow-up series to the Haunting Tales of Bachelor's Grove. But it's going to probably be next year before we get the first issue, the first collected issue out. We're going to be doing some working around. But anyway, keep your eyes peeled on me, William. I'm moving up, and I'm going to take you with me. And Brian Robin says, so great news. I got to share. I officially have eosinophilic asthma. Congratulations. Which means the eosinophils in my blood are attacking me and making my bronchial tubes close. How is that good news, you ask? Hey, Brian, how is that good news? Well, I'm so glad you did. Well, glad to help. Well, now I'm on a new inhaler that has the strength of 3 COPD inhalers at 1. It has triple power. It rocks. More research is being done, and I'm a guinea pig for your doctor. Congratulations, Brian. How does it feel to take like a deep breath again, knowing that our planet's atmosphere is no longer attacking you in your alien form? And wow, Mr. Rodman and from Carl and Nick says getting help that works. So amazing, Brian Rodman. Congratulations. Seriously. That is good news. And yeah, it's always an adventure over here. I'm just happy I have answers in a direction. Yeah, seriously. That is good news. Seriously, my man. Really. And while Brian R. says Molly Daniels, I have to ask my doctor about that. I was told eons ago that my bronchioles are very tiny. Does size matter, really? But anyway, I cough all year round. However, it gets really bad 1 or 2 times a year. And what have I been doing all morning, right? Solidarity, people. And Brian Rahman, Molly, go for it. My doc says this type of asthma is found in a lot of asthmatics, but just in varying intensities. Of course, mine is extra severe because I am extra AF. You're extra manly is what it is. Ooh la la. And Brian with an ambulance. Check the glove compartment for an orange cape. Da da da. Captain Chaos. That's right. I forgot about that. No, Cookie won't let me get a. Darn her. I think y'all pile on her because she won't let me get an ambulance. And she's like, I'll get you an ambulance, all right. But no, we saw this ambulance. It was really nicely decked out. And I was really, really wanting this thing. I don't think we can afford it, but there would be something. We couldn't go to any drive-thrus in it, that thing. That's for sure. But we're looking now for a van. And that's which is kind of what I wanted all along. And so did she. So we're back to the van. and hopefully otherwise we'll get an SUV or something, so to carry all our crap. But we're hoping for a van so we could bring some friends with us, like you know. And anyway, from the desk of Small Press Publisher Brian Rodman, what you are doing out of the Alvy suit, check out his passion project, the Nebulizer, at brianrodman.com. Yeah, check that out. That's a great, great book. And this is probably one of the few times Joe hasn't asked him where issue 2 is. And Molly Dana Slacker, I have 4. SI Comic Con on the 2nd, LaGrange Writers on the 9th, SalukiCon on the 16th, and Nashville Writers Conference on the 23rd, but only selling at 3 of the 4 events. Well, I'm selling at all 3, so yay me. But I've also got like a crap ton of work I'm trying to get done. And once I get done with the short story, we're going back to editing The Terrors, and looking forward to that because I'm really excited to get that book out. I think you're all going to enjoy it. But yeah, I am. I'm just lazy as hell, Molly. That's what it is. And Ryan, are you ready? Saturday is just around the corner, as from the Small Press Publisher. And sorry, Joe, heads back to Nebulizer Chambers. It's Brian Rodman. And Brian Glenby Fleming. Mwah! So glad to see it. And my book is in the other room. Damn it. Anyway, check out Jack Kirby, Words and Pictures. It is a super, super book about Glenby Fleming's visit to the King of Comics home, Jack Kirby himself. Who is Jack Kirby? You'll know Jack Kirby pretty intimately once you're done with that book. Plus, there is an accompanying video. And he is, excuse me, Jack Kirby, A Personal Journey, Words and Pictures. Check it out on Indiegogo right now. And let me check that total here. Let me check the update. And he is at 136% of his 724 flexible goal. That that is just really darn awesome there, man. I'm so proud of you. I really am. He needs another $13 to break $1,000. Let's see if we can't get him that. Glenn, excuse me. Put up the link if you would, please, Glenn, so that we can get some people on your Jack Kirby book there, okay? And Eric Hawkins, good morning all. Good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And hey, everyone, check out my Indiegogo campaign, my Jack Kirby book and DVD, a Unique experience. Yes, Unique, like Mayor G. Krebs used to say. But no, check it out. It's really a terrific book, handsomely produced. You will love it. It's a hardcover, too, so you can hit somebody with it. And Molly Daniel says, I hate it when my supervisor tries to micromanage me. We get along better when she stays at the other side of the store. She has to go to tell me, I need you to be a cashier, not a pro. What? What the hell? I agree with you on that, Molly. Like, I'm not a pro, nor have I ever acted like one. You know, acting like a pro is one thing. Acting like a diva is another, and you aren't that either. So anyway, I don't understand. Bosses is weird. And Rick Riley says, the pawn shop I work for tried to implement big city ideas for a very small town environment. I would do what they wanted when they were there, and it went back to what was actually working when they did. You know, and when I worked at the comic shop in Champaign, Illinois, on Neal Street, we my boss for a while, for about 3 or 4 years, envisioned himself as an entrepreneur. He was going to be the real estate king of Champaign County, and he had like a property on the edge of campus, and he'd go manage that. I don't know what that entailed other than sleeping in. He'd come in when I wasn't there and maybe cover a lunch or sign some checks, go over the books and stuff. And I'm like, this is good. But I was managing the store and, leaving invoices for him, but I was pretty much running the place. But he would come in every 6 or 7 weeks, and then he'd see, well, you're not doing things the way I set them up. I said, no, I adapted them for how I work. And he's like, well, you change them right back, and you stick with them. And I'm like, but my way is working. And he's like, I don't care. I wanted everything my way so I can step right back in. And then he'd do that for about a week, and then he'd go gallivanting again. So I just change everything back. And I'd be like, go ahead and fire me. I don't care. So anyway, no one cares what Chicago does but Chicago. Thank you, Eric Hawkins. I could not agree with that more. I used to call it the mistake by the lake. If it weren't for people like Jody McPhee and Paul Burrell and another friend of mine, Sarah Saperstein, we could safely saw that damn city off and let it float into the middle of Lake Michigan and keep, maybe if it goes around the right area, maybe it could keep the Edmund Fitzgerald Company or something. Anyway, however, I will take information on to pass on to the pros since I'm there after 5 p.m. when they all leave, unless of course my lumber supervisor is hovering around. He'll tell him to basically off, okay? You got things to do. You can't be there holding the manager's hand. Anyway, if you think the corporate world is messed up, says Carl Witzman, work for government and have a political appointee dictate to you. Oh my God, no. That's like throwing yourself headlong into the seventh circle of hell. And Michaela J says, exactly, Eric. Yeah, the downstate people agree with Eric Hawkins. And woohoo, Glenn caught part of it on Ted's show. Excellent. And Eric Hawkins, I didn't know you listened to soft rock, not like you. So yeah, why would I worry about that band? Hey, Chicago's good. I like that. I like that musical group. Didn't like them as much when Peter Cetera left, but I like their music, and I like the city's hot dogs and their pizza. And I like very few of the people in it. And Michaela J says, first she mocks us with her laughter and says, "I'm deep into writing while listening to you. I just typed what you said." Shut up, Brian. I'm typing over here. Sorry, Michaela. I didn't mean to distract you and make you type things like he tore off her blouse, her chest heaved at the sight of his manly face, and go ahead. Anyway, just pretend I'm not here. But no, and also please check out Michaela Jade's channel on YouTube. Last Monday night I was on with Carl and Donna and Dan Hollifield, and we were solving people's problems. And the Skunk Rocker was there too. He was a late arrival, but we were on there talking about writing and creativity, and it was a fun time. You will love that show. Check out Tidbits and Scribbles and sign up for Michaela Jade's. Subscribe to her channel, please. And awesome to hear, Brian, about the Haunting Tales of Bachelor's Grove, says William A. Bow. Looking forward to more, sir. Hell yeah, we'll take each other all the way. That's how the rising tide works. As you reach up to climb the ladder, you also reach back to make sure you're not alone. And Molly laughs at Michaela. And Smokey won on Twitch. You're one of the reasons we don't broadcast much on there, and we don't buy people on here to watch the show. Anyway, Brian Robin says, I gotta slip back into the shadows. Have fun, be safe, and don't do drugs. But if you do, call Chad and us. Anyway, yeah, I missed your show. I missed this Dastardly Dingles last night by 1 minute. I got there. We went car shopping. Excuse me, and I got home, sat down behind the computer. Just the little nose came up. 1 minute. They were on 1 minute ago, and I left a message so you have some engagement there. But I felt bad. I was sad. My life was empty. But I plan to catch up on it today. Anyway, Rick Bradley says, pile on Cookie and try to change her mind. I'm not going to risk being the one she chokes out and destroys. I risk that every day, brother. It's kind of like that moment in Doctor Who about the Pandorica. Do the smart thing. Let somebody else try first, And conversations with the rising tides, as Molly Daniels. It may be coming back. And I love Chicago, says Eric Hawkins, the band. Even though I did walk out on a concert about 10 years ago because they sucked live. Well, that's the horns and everything. That takes some genuine talent and discipline to make that thing work all the time. But I think I don't think there's an original member of Chicago left, is there? Because I know Terry Katz died, and the drummer went on. I think he became a record executive at Columbia Records, and I know that the two of the main vocalists. Well, Peter Cetera had a solo career, and there was one other guy. I can't remember his name offhand, but he left the band. I think he was the guy that helped organize it. But here's a bit of trivia. Chicago, originally called the Chicago Transit Authority, had a couple names before that. Was inspired by two different groups. Their producer, John Guercio, I think it is, had worked with the Buckinghams. And the Buckinghams was one of the first groups out of Chicago to successfully to really do well with a horn section and doing standard rock and roll. Anyway, excuse me. And then he also worked with Blood, Sweat, and Tears. The first couple of, I think the first album or two, when the first one, when the original vocalist and songwriter Al Cooper was heading the group, and then the first album with David Clayton Thomas, great vocalist. But he was looking for like a rock band that did, like a hard rock band that did horns, and he finally found it in Chicago. So there's stuff you can't make money on. Anyway, too bad there's not ancient reptile mating going on for Michaela to insert into her work in progress. Anyway, ducks and runs. Molly, you better. So, is this some sort of new animal husbandry? And Molly, damn it! Oh, that's right. That's right. As we sit here and try to foil Michaela, and I anticipate that the two next murders in her book are going to be named Brian and Molly. And Michaela, don't type every other word as because. Because things are going well, and because I haven't had much coffee, and because I'm taking it out on other people, and because it's probably going to pop up in your work now, because anyway, Molly is unfazed by Michaela's wrath. And Eric Hawkins, was Peter Cetera with him, or had he left by then? And Scott Cracker says Displains can stay, right? That's where I'm from. Yes, we'll keep Displains. I like Displains, and I like the Peter Cetera years. I love the Peter Cetera years. I like the classic years from like up until the mid 70s or so. Then they kind of went quiet for a while. And then when they had their comeback in the 80s, I really loved their music then. That was great. And Molly Daniels, Cetera had already left. That is why they sucked. They tried to sing his songs. Yeah, I saw his replacement. It was a series of concerts, and the concert was good. He's got a much weaker voice than Peter Cetera is the problem. I can't remember the guy's name, but it was a great thing. It was a super group that was performing all the songs except for Revolution Number 9 from the Beatles' White Album. And it had the bass player, Peter Cetera replacement on bass, Christopher Cross, sailing, not the member of Ultravox. And he he sang a couple songs and played rhythm guitar. Lead guitar was Todd Rundgren, who played on a number of songs, including Helter Skelter. And I can't remember what the other ones. And a number of the songs. Let's see, what was it? I think it was somebody from Mr. Mister was in there, and Mickey Dolenz was in there too. By the way, Mickey Dolenz celebrated, I think, his 77th birthday yesterday. Excuse me. And if you don't know who Mickey Dolenz is, get the hell off my lawn. But he is the only member of the Monkees to have appeared on every original album. Because I say that because there are two albums that don't have all four members. There was one right after Peter Tork left that just had Mickey, Mike, and Davey. Then the last one was just Mickey and Davey when Mike had left the group to form the First National Band. And by the way, here's another bit of trivia. Both Mickey Dolenz and Mike Nesmith auditioned for the role of Arthur Fonzarelli on Happy Days, but they didn't get it because they were each 6'1" and much taller than the other main cast members. And greetings from the bunker. I am working today. Mark Leonard, it is good to see you, my prairie friend. And no doubt at your highly profitable job. Anyway, glad to see you, Mark. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope everything's going well. Angie, do this. Okay, everyone, I have to go. Have a busy day. Love you all. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. See you all soon. Love you, Angie. You give that guy of yours a hug. You give Grant a hug, and we will see you soon. And good morning from the Ninja Gecko. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're all doing well. And I caught the opening before it was summoned to the kitchen to help the spouse fix dinner. Got back in time to see the ending credits. Well, yeah. You saw more of it than I did. Carl Weston says, Mr. The Hawkins, watch for the Russians. I'm running to empty my ale pail. He's back. And Molly says, put on your Casey Kasem voice when talking music trivia, please. That's right. We've got a special dedication going out there to Los Angeles and a girl who's waiting for her soldier to come home. And anyway, Michaela J says, pulling her close, he whispered all about the damn water company. Holy. Oh my God, yes. And am I blushing? Well, I should. Anyway, Michaela's like, I'll show those too. And Molly says, Mickey is my fave. I love Mickey Dolenz. And by the way, he co-wrote and directed the very last episode of The Monkees. And he is because he is part of the reason this show is named what it is. Zilch. And Molly is laughing at us. Laughing, I tell you, and spits coffee out. Don't waste that stuff, girlfriend. And Michaela is being mocked by Carl with his laughter. And by the way, did everyone hear about the 1,000-year-old warded stone containing a Japanese kitsune demon splitting open spontaneously? No, I hadn't. I did hear, though, about somebody had discovered an ancient aquarium, and there was they kept calling it a zombie shark in there. But it's behind a paywall. I can't get more information out of it. And yes, Mickey Dolenz as Fonzie, that would have been interesting. I think that would have. But the thing is, Henry Winkler was so good. And you know that thing he used and even in the first episode he was in, where he does that thing where he goes to addresses the mirror, and he pulls out his comb and he starts, why am I bothering? I'm perfect. That was something he did as an ad lib, and it stayed as a kind of a in joke for the rest of the shows that he was in. But yeah, Mike and Mickey both auditioned for Fonzie. I can't imagine it being quite as awesome with either one. Mike had that deep Texas accent for one thing. So anyway, if that isn't story fodder, yeah, I know, Nick. I know. Glenn Fleming says, I saw the Monkees back in 1966 outside Samantha Slater's, known as Samantha Just house, only 500 yards from mine. They all ran out, got in a car, and drove off. And Samantha Just was Mickey's first wife. I remember. And Ace Bonnie, what did the fish say when he hit the wall? Damn. Good to see you, Ace. Hope you're having a good hump day today. And from the desk of a small press publisher, give him heck, Michaela Jade. If you need help to write The Secret of the Maiden, you would have asked. That's right. Well, we're not exactly helping, That's the problem. And Joe D is being mocked with from the desk of a small press publisher. And I saw Davy Jones downtown Indy at Union Station in the early 90s. He was awesome. I hear he was a sweet guy. He really was. And coffee time, Carl. I like how you think, young man. So let's put up an ad here. That'll give me time to get down the stairs and come back up here and hopefully back in time. So anyway, check this out. And we're going to take Carl's statement down here because it is coffee time. I'm losing my voice this morning. I think I need some lubricant. Right, Michaela? Anyway, Michaela's like, leave me alone. And I'm trying to get crap done. Anyway, check this out and check out Michaela Jade's books and dote on that voice, that sexy, sexy man voice. That is our very own Skunk Rocker, and he can do videos for you. Contact Skunk under the name Kyle Guthrie on Facebook, or contact me and I'll put you in touch with him and have him do one of these beautiful trailers for you.
Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
Did you miss me? I missed you. Oh, hi there, everyone. We made it up and down the stairs. Not bad for a fat guy. But anyway, let's resume the commentary. And gotta go play with y'all later. Can't wait, Michaela. Anyway, check her out this coming weekend at the Northwoods Mall in Peoria. She's going to be there for QuadCon. Check her out. I check her out every time I see her. Ted Davies Artistry. I had lunch with Mickey Dolans, and he was very nice. He talked about his mom working at 3M. He said she invented the Post-it note, got the copyright and everything. I think she was worth a lot. Well, and also there's the classic. That's cool, Ted. That is very cool. And there's also the classic story about Mike Nesmith. His mom invented liquid paper, and she wound up giving him, when she passed away, he inherited that, and he formed Pacific Arts Video with that. And Mike was pretty well off himself when he was done with that. He also went into movie producing and such. Really talented guy, bunch of guys in the Monkees, seriously. But I didn't know she did the Post-it note thing. That's cool. I'll check that out. Oh, coffee. But that's interesting. That's cool. That's very awesome. But yeah, I remember Mike Nesmith. He won the first Grammy for Best Video for a thing he had done called Elephant Parts, which you can see parts of it on YouTube, and it was hilarious. Great music, like the songs Rio, and such. But anyway, had some great comedy. And then he did like a sketch show with Jim Stafford and other people called Television Parts. And I remember the first episode he talked about, I inherited, a bunch of money from my mom. She invented a certain product. Now, the NBC here says I can't mention the name of it. And here's the script for it. So he pulls out a bottle of liquid paper, opens it up, says, I can't tell you what that product is, but yeah, it was hilarious. I always loved his stuff. And Warriors Water Company coming soon. There we go. Talk about a repressive environment. It makes Russia look like Disney World. And there we go. And Shannon Dean on YouTube. One of our Russian comrades here has shown up. And the Skunk Rocker says, that's the story I'm waiting for. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Warriors Water Company. There we go. A story of hell. The tale of a somewhat chubby but adorable man who wears a fez in his off hours, and how he fights the corporate idiots, and one day is liberated by getting fired. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I was telling somebody recently that I had, for my severance, I had to sign a paper. I had to sign a paper that said, it outlined all the benefits I was going to get from leaving the company, most of which were intangible but heartfelt. But they had a thing in there that said, basically, I can't talk nasty about them. And they didn't give me a deadline, like 20 years from now, can I start ripping on them? But no, they had this thing, and it said, by signing this, you agree that you will not pretty much not badmouth the company. And I told my former supervisor about that, and he's like, how are they going to punish you? I said, probably make me work for you again. Probably. That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, it's let's see. And did I? Oh, thank you, Carl. Thank you, Eric. Whoever got the Russian. Anyway, Ace Bonnie, is that a brand of a new lubricant Warriors Water Company? That's right. Comes in the gallon jug, 2-liter size, and the convenient 50-gallon drum. Because some days you just can't get wet enough. Okay. I think I need to put something up here. Hold on. Okay, let's see where it is. Yes. Okay, now we're ready. Okay. Yeah, it's either that or this. Okay, so I prefer this. It should be I for immature. We're all kids here. But anyway, so that's where we're at, and we're caught up with your comments at 1 hour and 3 minutes. This is great. And I got my coffee, so life is good again. Let's see. I was telling you all that I've got 3 dates in April. I've got none in May, and I may work to keep it this way. Um, I have at least one in June, possibly two. Um, oh, and I want to thank everyone again who were so kind to me at Kokomo Con last Saturday. Had a fantastic time, and I wish somebody had a camera could have taken video of the event that happened with the happy birthday singing to me. That was so sweet. I'm still thrilled with that. So anyway, let's see. Has anyone signed up for Glenn's Jack Kirby, a personal journey, words and pictures? Put the link in, please. And we're still at 136%, which is awesome. And let's get back to here. And see, and we're Skullcracker says we're just trying to imagine what the story might actually be like if Michaela wrote it. It would be awesome. She's a good writer. She really is. Ace Bunny says, okay, Carl, pull the plug. And I'm back on for Nashville, Tennessee for May 13th and 15th. Excellent, Molly. Excellent. And Carl says, I need at least 2 cups of coffee before I come here to referee the Russians. I can't see how Brian could host it any other way. I could, but the show would come to a stop if I did. I'm grateful for you and for Eric Hawkins for having my back. I do appreciate it. Plus, I think when it shows in the comments on YouTube, you get a little blue wrench by your name. That's really cool. And Eric Hawkins says, you wish someone had a camera. Literally everyone has a camera on them everywhere they go now. Yeah, and it's amazing how many moments we miss. I mean, if I thought that was about me, I would probably have taken a picture of it, but I was as gobsmacked as anyone there. I'm like a cookie. Like, did you know about this? Because a lot of times when I have been surprised in that manner, she knows about it, but she doesn't tell me because she wants my reaction to be honest, and she also likes to see me writhe. So, so thanks, honey. But like one time I was named. I worked. My original stint at the water company was back in the late 90s, like 99 to 2000. And I think like spring of 1999 and up to the early summer of 2000. And I got there through through an employment agency, and they named me Employee of the Month one month, and I thought, well, that was sweet of them. But I didn't know it till I'm sitting in the office with my supervisor, and normally he's flitting about, but for some reason he's hanging around. I'm like, whatever, he's not in my way. So I'm sitting there doing my work, and suddenly I see the head of the company come in carrying flowers and cake and everything, and Cookie is right behind him. And I'm like, what is this? And it turned out I was, Employee of the Month. And I got like my name on a plaque in the office and everything. It was really nice. It really was. I ran across my certificate proclaiming me Employee of the Month. That was great. And I'll be getting Glenn's book and DVD during lunch. Got my taxes in today. Rick Bradley, you can't go wrong. Seriously, it is a super, super book. And if you're interested, I have the info for the Elwood Home Show May 20th. It's outside, but last year it did very well. Kind of hesitant to do outside shows. I've done a couple that were good to me, but let's talk about it, Molly. Let's talk, okay? And if Michaela wrote that story, she'd be getting an adults only rating on Amazon with any luck. And Carl Witzman says, good girl, Kelly. I mean, boy, that's right. Carl Witzman has suddenly discovered that his new pet cat, it has a penis. I don't know how you miss that sort of. Oh, if he's really fluffy and, never mind. Rated him for mature. And Cindy Cap picked the wrong time to show up. And here she is to save the day. All right, Cindy, CKOEPB.com. Check out that great website. And check out the Feztastic Fun at Smashwords, which, by the way, there might be a sale on Smashwords coming up soon. So please check that out. We have some of our ebooks on there. And there's a lot of good stuff on there. And kids are hard to tell. I'll take your word for it, Carl. And Molly Dale says, we thought our Roseanne kitty was a girl until she was 9 months old. He became Roosevelt, but still called him Rosie. Oh, no. You talk about, gender confusion there. how did that scar your fur children there? Like did they, did it mess them up in school? Did it come out in the military or something? So I just need to know. I just gotta know. And hats off to Amazon.com and me. Fez is off too. Anyway, thank you, Cindy. And check out Cindy also at on Amazon and at bearpublications.com, where you can pick up all kinds of swag for her Animal Eye comic. And in fact, you can pick up the Animal Eye comic while you're there. And Molly Daniels' spouse says, Molly, when did Rosie grow a set of balls? That's a good question for all of us. And Eric Hawkins says, cats are kind of hard to tell if they're male or female when they're kittens. We've had a couple we thought were girls, then pop goes the weasel. Well, maybe they were, military cats, and they rose to attention, right? And Cat's black markings were all over his nether region. Okay, that's about as delicately as we could probably describe it. And now a whole bunch of lines are going through my head, and I'm not going to say a single one of them. And you're welcome, people. You're very welcome. And great books for Stompy Robots. Check out Amazon and Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tucker. He's a great author, great gamesman, and a great broadcaster. Check him out on the Historical Fencing Guild, on Patreon, and also on YouTube Friday nights at 8 p.m. And Magic and Night Reich, available on Amazon. Mr. John B. Pica. Also check out johnpica.com for more things on John Pica, as well as the Cereal Box Network and monkey meat. Well, I understand. I'm getting the impression that monkeys are easier to tell if they're a boy or a girl, which makes Mike, Davey, Peter, and Mickey's job a lot easier. And Cindy Keps us the National Dingo podcast for Tuesday night shenanigans every Tuesday night at 7 p.m., where you can see a little bit of Chad Nuss's soul get destroyed on a weekly basis. And the Nerd Culture, Brian Permison gets that to us every day on that great YouTube channel. Please give it a like and subscribe and comment on stuff, and we'd all be grateful. And please, if you're over in the neighborhood, do it to my channel too. I would love that. While we wait for Cindy to provide us with more. And Molly Dan's the Switching the Dog. Rex the Piddling Pup copies have been ordered, and we'll hopefully have them at SICon. I hope you do too. And plus keychains. Oh yeah, yes, the keychains. I'm looking forward to that too. That's great. And Amazons are not only on Amazon. They're also from the desk of a small press publisher. Check out the work of Joe D. McPhee and all of his great work. He's awesome. And we're waiting for Cindy to get some more stuff to us. Pardon me. Drank coffee too fast. But anyway, check out risingtide.pub for everything that's me, including books, broadcasts. Sign up for my free monthly newsletter. It's a glorious place. And Neurosis can be fun. It's a great book. It is Amy Hale's brand new work, and you're going to dig it. I did too. I left a good review on Amazon. You all ought to leave a good review on Amazon for the books you like, because it helps your authors quite a bit. And we're waiting for Cindy to get the next one here. No pressure, Cindy. I'll tell you what, while Cindy's finding stuff, let's break for some broadcast stuff. Here we are. We're going to put down a couple spots here for you.
From author Brian K. Morris comes an epic tale of armor forged by a god, a hero forged by courage, and an ancient menace poised to re-emerge and threaten our world. Volcana, Rebirth of the Champion, is available on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Check out Cindy Kep and her great work on Amazon.com and at BearPublications.com. She is wonderful. And in fact, if you want an abundance of warriors, check out Michaela Jade on Amazon. Carl Witzman sitting back and relaxing while Cindy Kep, CKOEPP.com, does all the work. QuadCon is in Peoria this weekend. Go check out all the fun folks and sign up at QuadCityCon.com if you are looking for tables at the string of shows there. And Historical Fencing Guild is at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday nights, teaching you how to murder each other safely with bladed weapons. And Comic-Related Madness, you can check. There are still a few spots left on the next CromCon happening the last weekend of this month. You want to get in on that. And yes, from the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, Cindy is here. We can all rejoice. And tote that barge, lift that bale, promo that book, says Carl Witzman. That's right, my gosh. And the Long Start Kickstarter, yes, it is a Kickstarter, not or is it? It's I can't remember which one. But anyway, it's live at LukeStoneStudios.com. For those of you who don't know, there was a rather unfortunate incident where a creator was conned into thinking he was going to get some books, some comic works into Spencer's Gifts. Turned out to be a scam. And unfortunately, they had printed up a number of comics. And I think it's Indiegogo now that I think about it. I think it's Indiegogo. I think you're right. But anyway, Longshot is the crowdfunding campaign where basically they're going to take these comics that got all printed up and they're going to sell them as a block. There's about 9 different comics and they all look great. People like Luke Stone, Randy Zimmerman, Russ Leach, and JD Calderon are presenting their wares in this. I have pledged for it last night, and I think you should too. We'll try to get that address for you. And live, the Purple Door District Kickstarter is rocking. Get aboard Aaron Casey's new book there. I'm going to be pledging for it the next couple of days. I think you should too. Aaron is a joy. And get Animal Eye #2 in digital at BearPublications.com. And you can evict the zombies from Oz if you can. Dorothy Gale, can she? Check it out on Comixology, all 3 issues. And Stormgate Press has the adventures and more to come in 2022. I know some of the plans. I'm excited. I'm a part of them. And Angel Memoirs with Nebulizers, BrianRodman.com. Take his breath away with the sales and don't let the atmosphere do it. Hyper Sandy Books for reviews from the Land Down Under on YouTube, and the newer and improved Animal Eye #3 script is now in the hands of Roel Cruz, our artist. And you can check out his work at artstation.com/Roel Cruz. And yeah, the Cindy is retooling her script for #3. And I believe it's safe to say that the series will be expanded a little. So it's good stuff. And a really detailed look at the Book of Job, thanks to Victoria Adams. Check it out. And Glenn's book is at that Indiegogo address right there. Thank you, Carl. Thank you so much. Check it out. And the book is already funded. The book is already printed. I have my copies. It's fantastic. It's gloriously beautiful. And the video is amazing. And there we go, Carl. Thank you so much, Carl. There, okay, it is on Indiegogo. Check that out. It is, like I said, it is 7 different creators, 9 different books, and it's gonna be. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. But anyway, check that out. And because this is the only way these guys are going to get paid, because without going into all the details, and I know, Joe, I said I wouldn't, but anyway, these people incurred a great deal of debt in the process of getting scammed, because the thieves had made sure that the contributors might not learn the whole length and breadth of what was going on. But anyway, these books are already printed. In fact, they were printed in Illinois. Yay! And I'm told they look fantastic. So I'm going to be signing up for those. I think you all should too. Cindy Cap says trolls are heroes too. Stephen Rowland's working hard on Sentence to Troll number 5, and get it now. Get it available on Amazon. And I wonder what 3 cups of coffee will do for me. Probably make your heart. Unlike me, who's used to it. Most people, it makes their heart valves click like castanets, so that's always worthwhile. And Cindy Cap says, popular stories of the twist. Check out E.L. Dragon's books, Meet the Dragons Anthology. Ace Bonnie says, I was talking to Kara about her next Kickstarter. Wow is all I'll say. Golem voice, shh, quiet. She knows how to put on a great Kickstarter. And well, and it's kind of funny because I talk with a lot of creators who the idea of multiple levels, after a certain point just drives people nuts. And I'm one of them, But the fact that Kara makes it work, that is amazing. And her fulfillment record is spotless. She's a fantastic talent. I love her. And if she starts a new campaign, you know what that means? She's going to be guesting on this show probably. And Denver Martires does Animal Eye Colors and other cool stuff. Check out the artwork at deviantart.com/the Raider05. And is that chatting? Is that what that clattering is? Wow, it's probably my heart. Probably my heart valves is, it's making up for that aorta that doesn't close entirely. And Snow, you want that. Bobby Nash, available on Amazon, also bobbynash.com, and check out the 2nd volume of the paperback Snow series. I'm in it. It's awesome. So we have caught up once more. So we're going to have another sip of coffee here. Like I've been pulling on since I got here. Shut up, guys. Anyway, and makes him nuts. Yeah, right. That's not the excuse. Yeah. Well, maybe he'd find the cat penis sooner, right? Anyway, if you were a little more wired like I am. So anyway, we're going to wait for Cindy to call it quits here, and then I think we're going to take our leave because I'm feeling a bit peckish now. And we got to have our energy because we're going to go out to the comic store later and pick up this week's treasures and who knows what else, and probably go to a car lot and see if they got any vans. But anyway, so we'll just sit here and wait. I know we'll have a few more commercials. All right, so let's see, who did we get before? Let's start at the other end today. And we mentioned Glenn B. Fleming, Aaron Casey, and Pops Van Zandt, and here they are in no particular order.
The original intention of the film was just for my personal use, but I thought, with it being such a unique thing, that I'd like to offer it to anybody who wants to see it. On the first visit, Jack took us into his another room, separate room, and there were these brown parcels full of artwork piled up, and he said to me, "You draw like I do." We were in the studio for 5 hours, it was fantastic. And there's this, he's got this desk, and everything he's ever drawn has come from this desk. And then I would just go with the flow, and that's what this film is about. It's just a unique film of him.
He says, "I beat you." He says, "They say we came in under the dead heat." He says, "That's not true because I beat you." And the American said, "Well," he says, "if you like to think so," he says, "but I know the real story." He says, He says, I know I clearly won that one. Well, Joe is 6'3", and I was a run, from the Lower East Side. And being Joe's partner was an advantage to me because Joe was believable, they would talk to Joe, and the Goodman brothers would get to know him. Martin Goodman owned Marvel at that time. He went to his mother and he says, look, Jackie got a job drawing. He says, they're paying him for it, they're paying him money for drawing. He says, suppose I go with Jackie. He says, and he says, they'll pay me money. He says, I'll draw and they'll pay me money. He said, I'll give the money to you, which we did. We gave it all to our mothers. They called me from Nassau. I lived in Long Island. And they say, would you like to come down and draw these guys in training? I swear, this is not a story. And I said, yes, of course, I'd love to come down.
Hi, my name is Erin Casey, this is Nova, and I want to talk to you about the Purple Door District. It's an urban fantasy series about parahumans living in Chicago, werebirds, werewolves, vampires, and witches. You can find them all in the district. But I'll let my book trailer tell you more about the 3 books. I'm coming to you today with this Kickstarter to ask for funds to help print the 3rd book, as well as to order more books of the Purple Door District and Wolfhead. With COVID, printing prices have gone up, and it also takes a community to build these books. The author, the proofreaders, the copy editors, the sensitivity readers, and artists. There's so many people that go into creating this, and I want to support them just as they've supported me. Without these funds, I can't bring this book to you. I can't bring a well-edited book and one with an amazing cover. So if you could donate just a little bit, that would be amazing. And if you can't donate, please share this around to your community. It helps more than you know. Thank you so much, and welcome to the district.
What if you could see the world like an animal? What if you could soar like a bird? Detect faint smells like a dog? What if a video game allowed you to play an animal character in a unique fantasy setting? What if a comic book series put you in such a video game setting, telling the story from the point of view of animal companions to human characters? Welcome to the world of Animal Eye. This comic book series will follow the adventures of 3 animal characters, Ava the crow, Nagid the dog, and JL the bear. Many fantasy stories feature animal helpers to human characters, especially horses or dogs, but sometimes birds like falcons, or in the case of Animal Eye, a crow. Fantasy-based video games do this as well at times, with human or demi-human player characters in the role-playing video game, with animal assistants in the game available to the main characters as what are, in effect, non-player characters. The Animal Eye story world flips this dynamic on its head. In Animal Eye, the video game player characters are the animals, and the non-player characters are the humans the animals assist. Join playtesters Ken May and Jake as they become Ava the crow and Nagid the dog. In Issue 1, each must find a human companion to guide them on their adventures. Ava finds Aussie, Bakari tribesman, archer, and herbalist. Baron Raphael Dorcas, who wields a sword and a flintlock pistol, teams up with Nagid. In the world of Animal Eye, demented monsters are attacking settlements, including Aussie's family. Join Ava and Aussie as they come to JL's aid in a fight against the maniacs. Join Baron Raphael and Nagid as they undergo a parallel adventure battling demented maniacs. Issue 1 lays the groundwork for a unique comic book series in 6 issues, adapted from the novel Animal Eye by Cindy Kep. An adventure is beginning, an adventure you can join with your support, an adventure where you can become the animal.
Become the animal? Okay. Anyway, that's Cindy Kep's comic. You'll love it. Check it out at bearpublications.com. And Rick Radley says, everyone take care and stay creative. You too, brother. Have a great rest of your day, my friend. And Cindy Kep has run out of break before she ran out of links. Don't forget to tip your host. Thank you. Bring Cookie home. Sign for the Rising Tide newsletter. And she'll catch up with you all later. Thank you, Cindy. CKOEPB.com and sign for her newsletter. It's awesome. Carl Wisman says, after Donna's father got an artificial heart valve, my young daughter could actually hear it. We could not. Wow. And my hubby's heart, says Molly Daniels, now ticks. I could hear it if things are quiet. It drove him crazy for 3 days. I bet it did. And Carl bets the same thing. And everyone have a great day. You too, Carl. Thank you for all your help. And he's told the nurse day one, please turn off that damn clock, says Molly Daniels. And nurse took stethoscope and placed it in his ears and chest. He said, oh, no. Sounds like something out of Twilight Zone, doesn't it? Anyway, thank you, Molly. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Appreciate you as always. And we want to close out the show, of course, by saying thank you to various people, such as our Patreon subscribers, who keep this show and the Rising Tide movement rolling. And we couldn't do it without them. We appreciate you all. And if you want to see your name on this card, then definitely go to www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris and find out what we offer you in exchange for your direct support financially. And you will not be disappointed. Also, we want to thank the Rising Tide Broadcast Network for being awesome. We've got your entertainment and enlightenment 7 days a week. Check us out later today. John Celestri has a great show called Dr. John, the Original Gangster. And he is the OG. He's the Mac Daddy of animation and creativity. And you can learn more about his current project, Bloodwing Angel. I'm really looking forward to that book coming out. It's going to be so much fun. And also, we want to thank Plasma Fire Graphics. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you. If you want to have a great book on great cover on your book, then go to the Facebook page for Plasma Fire Graphics. Check out all the samples that they've got there. Then go to plasmafiregraphics.com and inquire about the indie creator-friendly prices for internet graphics, book trailers, and also those great wraparound covers. That's Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it definitely matters to your readers. And we'll have a couple more ads after the closing credits here, but think we got everyone here. I believe we did. And so, folks, thank you for being here. As always, appreciate your comments and your camaraderie. And we will be back tomorrow night on Comic Book Spectrum at 7 p.m. with Eric and Brian and Clyde and Joe and me. And we're going to talk comic books. And then Friday morning, we'll be back talking with each other. Hope you all have a great hump day, Mute Comic Day. Get out to your comic shop and support them directly. And as always, folks, thank you for being here. Thank you for making us a great experience. And as always, like, share, and subscribe if you've enjoyed any part of it. And as always, stay smart, stay safe, wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome. Have a great Wednesday, everyone. We'll talk to you Friday morning on a brand new, fresh sampling of Nevermind the Furthermore. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you for watching Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Broadcast Network production. If you enjoyed any part of this show, please give it a like or a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on Nevermind the Furthermore.
Hey, yo, Pops here. Are you looking to be on Monday Madness? Is Monday no good? Do you need a special edition? Are you looking to be on the first timer spotlight on for you new guys? Launch parties, countdowns, CromCon Monthly. We got it all right here at the Madness Comic Network, providing online promotional services for the indie comic community and proud sponsor of
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.
Choose high-flying action. Choose death-defying escapes. Choose spine-tingling thrills. Choose nail-biting intrigue. Now's your chance to choose the adventure. The Captain Hawkland Adventures. Available on Amazon.com. From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam with an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide, an Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.